Good morning, guys. From the rooftops of Tel Aviv this morning, in the big city. The roof of my hotel here, the Abraham Hotel. Now, this is the second version of my good morning to you. Now, I've just filmed a video of me doing Tai Chi with some guy up here on the balcony. Really good guy. We've been swapping stories of veganism, vegetarianism, chakras, astral physics. We've had a really good chat, and it was a really good video. And doing some Tai Chi, which I've not done for years. He's been reminding me of some moves. However, he's just come and then decided, he's asked me not to put it on to YouTube, which is interesting in itself because he's a lovely guy, really good guy. We'll be staying in touch, a lot in common, except he's just been starting out this new business, and he's obviously, after a bit of time, been thinking about, because I said I was going to make a video, he's asked me not to put it out there because he's afraid of the negative effects it might have on his business. It's sad, yeah? This is, I'm afraid, part of the awful situation we're in right now, because we're in Israel, and he's afraid. He loves Israel, he loves Israelis, he loves Jewish people. He's not against anybody, he's pure spirit, pure love. But he's afraid now that if people find out he's in Israel, that would have a negative effect on his business. So it's sad that he feels like that. So if you're watching, you know who you are, the Tai Chi master. I wish you well. So this is part 2 of my good morning from the rooftops of Tel Aviv. We're heading today I'm going to go towards Gaza. Now, I don't know how close I can actually drive or catch the bus over there. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting day. We're just going to jump on the bus. We're going to go down to the sea and then jump on the bus, and then it's not far, you know. Tel Aviv is not far at all. We'll be there in an hour probably. So yeah, I'm preparing myself for some emotions today, guys. Like I say, I'm not sure how close we can actually catch a bus to, or we have to walk there, how secure it is, I'm not sure. We'll head there now. Right, so we are heading, first of all, just going to head towards the sea, towards the beach. Once we're at the beach, we'll start heading towards Gaza. A few little butterflies, I'll be honest, this morning. Now that I'm returning to Gaza, just the thought of it. Last time was before, you know, this recent Hamas-Israel war. I think tensions back then were nowhere near this scale. There's a lot happened since I was here last time, so yeah. Some butterflies going on. Now it's only, from here, it's only, I don't know, maybe 40 miles, if I remember rightly. Not far at all, you know, we're talking about an hour's drive. I think the security has lacked somewhat in recent months. I think the beaches have reopened down there. I think they reopened during the summer holidays. Maybe since the ceasefire sort of arrangements, things became a bit more easier to travel to. People are trying to let the hair down a bit finally. On this side anyway. As usual, it's complicated. So I think I'm heading in the direction of the beach. Once I'm there, we'll be able to find a bus and hopefully just follow the seashore. It's a few towns away. There's some nice towns I want to visit also. Jaffa, Ashkelon. We'll see. We'll try and fit in as much as possible, but I do want to go and pay my respects over Gaza way, and also to the Jewish towns that suffered during the October the 7th. Yeah, it's going to be a day full of... it's going to be an emotional day. Met some great guys this morning already here in Tel Aviv. A lot of guys from the US here. Not all Jewish. Some travellers, some tourists. Jewish people coming to moving back to what they consider their homeland. Others just coming to visit the religious sites on a pilgrimage. Yeah, it's going to be an exciting day, guys. Okay, I've just been asking for some sort of directions. Now this place we're walking through from, this area, like a little bit of a hippie little street here. There's a strong smell of weed in the air and sort of slogans of peace, stop the war, stop dropping bombs. Bit of a, bit relaxed on this street. And this area is called Amisila, I believe. And we're not far from the beach area. A bit of an area of free expression. A lot of the Bring Them Home Now murals. Because, as I've explained earlier, we're very, very close to Gaza. And so the towns that we're going to pass through shortly were the towns where on October the 7th the Hamas militant group in their thousands breached the walls and very sadly, raided these towns, killing indiscriminately in what was, I think, the worst attack on Israel's soil ever. Most deaths in a single day or a couple of days. Obviously some people will have died a bit later from their injuries. Yeah, a lot to take in today. So far met beautiful people. There's a lot, I get a lot of vibes that I don't like saying the word sides, but each side seems to think the other hates them so terribly. And yet my experience with the Palestinians, with the Israelis, with the Jews, says otherwise. When you talk to people one-on-one, most people, they're talking about trying to have unity, trying to move forward, peace, but they're both pointing the fingers at each other. It just becomes more and more complicated and more complex. Hard to put into words. The more I learn, the more I talk to people, the more complex it becomes. Right guys, I have reached the beach. This beach is called something like Charles Claw Beach. Now over that way, I think maybe 30 miles away, it's Gaza. We're heading there now. We're going to walk as far as we can. Well, I don't think we can walk all the way, I think it's too far. I don't have time. We're going to walk a bit way up and then we'll jump on a bus. Strange feeling. All these mixed emotions. Life goes on here in Tel Aviv, as life goes on in Palestine. And meanwhile there's Gaza. Ooh. Beautiful day, beautiful day. I'm blessed with this weather. Get my bald head out. Ugly old head. I would like a swim, but trying to make the most. This is my last day now. We're flying back to England tomorrow, so I need to make the most of today and try and find these beaches that are close to Gaza. I'm not sure how far I can actually go. It's worth mentioning that, there has been times when rockets that have been fired from Gaza have actually come this far into Tel Aviv. There are plenty of bomb shelters around here. So we do have to remember that side of the story. What a horrible situation. 21st century. We're sending rockets to the moon. We're exploring Mars, trying to find new homes on distant planets. Meanwhile, dropping bombs on each other and starving to death. And that's only talking about here in this area. The world's gone mad. Right, so we're now walking through the Jaffa area. Jaffa. Now this is very interesting, as I'm discovering, part of Israel. Because here we have the most, as far as I'm aware, the most Palestinians of anywhere else. There's 30% Palestinian population here, living and working alongside the Israel people and the Jewish people. Now there may be tensions behind the scenes. It's probably more complicated than it first appears, but for now all seems peaceful. Seems to be a large African looking population. Now these Palestinians are here in such numbers because in the wars 1948, when most people left or were pushed out or moved out because of the war and the conflict, a small population decided to stay. A small Palestinian population decided it was worth the risk, and they stayed, whether that was to save their homes or their businesses, because they were a bit more, resilient, and decided they weren't going to be pushed out of their homes as easily. For whatever reason, they might have had more friends here, they might have had more to lose than others. So they stayed. And those that stayed, a lot of those who've remained to this day, or their families and the next generation, and they're actually I think most of them, as far as I'm aware, they're now they're Palestinians, but they're Israeli citizens. So because they stayed, they were given Israeli citizenship. Perhaps one of the reasons they stuck around or were allowed to stick around is because they agreed to certain rules that were going to be placed on them, and they decided, they weighed it up and thought they'd accept a few extra rules, restrictions, in order to stay here. Beloved's fingers over my eyes. The whole world is light shining through the slits. There's quite a few positive messages here on the walls. Not all doom and gloom at all. Here we are. It's old Jaffa. Been here a few years ago with my oldest son. It's a beautiful, very chilled out area on the beach, by the sea. I just love the blend of different people here, all seemingly to try and be at peace with each other. Whether they feel a bit less restricted because they have the open sea next to them, and it's a very calm place. A lot of the other places there's a lot more tense. They seem a bit more, they're tied in, aren't they? They're locked in there. Some people are able to cross borders. Here he's got a bit more freedom, looking out to the open sea. I guessed that I could catch a bus down here, but it's not looking likely. I don't have time to walk 20 miles, maybe 30 miles. Right guys, it's proving difficult. I've jumped on a couple of buses. People are saying I have to go back into the city, right into the city centre of Tel Aviv, and jump on a train. There doesn't seem to be any buses heading in that direction apparently. So I need to go catch a train to Sderot. That's one of the towns closest to Gaza. Apparently I can jump on a train there. It's going to be a bit more difficult than I thought. I thought this hotel I'd booked was would help me be closer, and I could just jump on a bus along the coast, but it's not to be.
I can help.
It's okay, it's okay, I'll find my way.
Okay.
Thank you, have a good day.
I hope that you found the train.
I will do. Right, we have the whole bus here trying to help me find my way. It's a bit complicated and everyone's a bit shocked that I'm trying to go there. Nobody knows which stop, whether I have to go on a bus or a train. It's not that far away. It seems a bit complicated. Right, somewhat closer. We're in the Dizengoff area and we have to go to Hal Shalom train station. Is this direction? Okay, thank you very much. I wish you a good day. Right, we had some conflicting directions there off everyone on the bus. They were fighting to try and help me. I've gone with the most reliable set of directions, the most straightforward. So we're just heading now north now to Hashalom train station, and then that should take me in the direction I want to go and save quite a few hours of walking. Time's of the essence because it's still, you know, it's still dark by 5 o'clock. What time are we on? 20 to 1. Mission to Gaza. Okay guys, this is Dizengoff Square. And as we can see, huge memorial. It's pretty sad. This is pretty sobering. Such a waste. You know what sort of makes me strange? Because of the music festival that was attacked, I feel it a bit more, because had I been here, it's the sort of place that I quite possibly could have been at, or my sons. If we'd have been in Israel on that day when the festival was happening, there's a good chance we could have been there dancing. You know, the ultimate symbol at a festival, a rave of freedom, of peace, of love, unity. A place where, you know, all thoughts of conflict and aggression and fighting just all disappears, and everybody comes together, one and all, in like a symbol of pure love. And for that to be attacked so horribly, you know, it's hard to imagine. You gotta remember, guys, they're not all soldiers. There were hundreds killed at the festival, hundreds killed in the towns around. The civilian casualties far outweighed the soldiers' casualties, and the security and the off-duty policemen, the off-duty soldiers that all gathered that day to try and fight to save their towns. Heavy day, guys. Okay, we've made it to the station. Man, there's a lot of soldiers here. They're all over. Big guns. Platform 1, we're after platform 3 to Ofakim. There's a hell of a lot of assault rifles here being carried by little kids, man. Wow. They just look like school kids. Young boys and girls. Some of the guns are bigger than they are. So, train ride to Ofakim, and then from there, I don't know. We'll see when we arrive how far away it is. Platform 3. Okay, number 3. Again here, look. So many. And look at the guns, man. It's the real deal here. Is this one? Oh, here we are. So we're going to Ofakim. Closer to Gaza, mate. Okay, we've just stopped at Ashkelon station. I believe we're about 10 miles away from Gaza. My tummy's going a bit. 4 miles away. The Gaza Strip. Right guys, we're in Sderot. So it's not far now. I think we might have to jump on a bus. Yeah, we're not far now. It's only a few miles to Gaza from here. As you can see, there's plenty of soldiers around here. All very, very young. Let's just head on out of the station and see what we can find. I'm not sure what the crack is. I don't know how close we can go. Just trying to see what we can do. I don't know. Don't know what I'm doing at this stage. See you in a bit.